Good afternoon, children. So let us continue with our lesson distributional maps. We have already completed dot method. That let's revise. So in dot method, we collect the statistical data by counting. Examples of variables which are shown on dot method maps are population of a region, distribution of cattle, and so on. Such freely scattered variables are shown on the dot method map. What are the steps taken to complete this dot method map? We have already seen value of dot is determined. Lowest and the highest values are first taken from the data, lowest value and the highest value of the, let's say, population of a region that we have already discussed. Number of dots and size of dots is also determined, and precautions taken are that we take uniform size of dots, and other factors are also considered. Other variables in a region are very much important and we need to consider them. That is physiography of the region, water resources, transport system of a region has to be considered. Then we had also discussed that rural population is shown by dots, filled dots. You can see here filled dots, and urban population are shown by circles, empty circles. So today we are going to continue with choropleth maps. What are choropleth maps? In choropleth maps, again freely scattered variables are taken like population of a region and the cattle's distribution of cattle's, and the data is collected by measurement and surveying. And in this, the difference between dot method and choropleth method is that in this tints and the shades of different same color is taken, and that different shades are given the different classes on the map. So again the data is organized into smallest and the largest values. So all the data is organized, is arranged from the smallest to largest values, or the largest to smallest value, largest value maximum to the minimum value of that particular variable. Then all these values are divided into different classes, 5 to 7 classes, and then each class is assigned a tint or a shade of the same color. The darkest shade represents the maximum value, and the faintest or the lightest shade determines or represents the minimum value or the smallest value of that variable. Then we are going to understand also isopleth map. What is the difference between isopleth map and other two methods of drawing maps? Here the variable is freely scattered like population, cattle, etc. Here in isopleth map we show the variables which are continuous like rainfall, temperature, altitude, etc. Now here how the data is collected? The data is collected from a particular place. Now respective places. Statistical data belongs to respective places. So it is here the sub-administrative units are not considered at all. Here what is important? A particular place is very important. And so this statistical data used here in isopleth map is also called as point related data. Here again the lowest and the highest values of the collected data are first determined. Then again these values are arranged from maximum to minimum or different ways, and again we are showing. Now here the difference is, here we are using this class intervals, the lowest value and the highest value and the lowest value. We organize and we divide these values into different class intervals. Here the difference is the places which are having the same value, showing the same values, are joined by a line. and so they are called as isolines, and so these maps are called as isoplate maps. Locations with the same values are joined by a line. This is very important. In dot method and choropleth method, this is not used. Here colors are used, here dots are used, and here lines are used. Now another very important, you can say, the conclusion. Now when we observe isopleth map, what we can do, we can draw some conclusions that lines which are close together show steep changes in the variable, and lines which are far away, they show changes in the variable that are gentle changes in the variable. And another conclusion that we can draw from isopleth map is that we get, when we prepare isopleth map or when we observe isopleth map, we get a general idea about the natural trend of the variable, of the distribution of the variable. So now we are going to see these different maps. Now this is a dot method map. You can see that dot method map. Okay. In this dot method map, I had told you all to complete that activity of question answers. The first question is about, that is what is the population of town of Amravati. Can you see town of Amravati? If you cannot see on the screen, you can take your own textbook, and from the textbook you can see this map, and you must have already counted those small dots. You can see in the index, each of these small dots represent 10,000 population, and this big dot drawn here, it represents 5 lakhs population. So we can surely say that the population of town of Amravati is around 5 lakhs. How much is the population? What is the answer? Around 5 lakhs population. Now these small dots, if you count, they may come around 70 to 77 and such, between 70 and 80. So you can say 5 lakhs 75 or 77,000 population. So you can write the answer around 5 lakhs population. That is, town of Amravati has population of around 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs, that is the answer. Second one is that, okay, which district has the population around 1 lakh? And here you can see the dot which indicates 1 lakh population is shown in Achalpur. Yes, so we can say very easily Achalpur Taluka of Amravati district has the population around 1 lakh. Then we have the third question, which part of the Amravati district has a sparse population, or the population is distributed very sparsely. What is the meaning of sparse? Sparse means very, very less dense, very less population. So you can easily see, where do you see the dots, more in number, the central part and the eastern part, and here you can, and the southern part also, and in the northern and northwestern part of Amravati district you can see very less dots are shown. That means what? Northwestern and northern part of the Amravati district has very sparse population. So is it clear? Have you completed this activity? Check your answers and correct them. See, the next map is of again Amravati district and distribution of population. It's shown here, or density of population is shown here. Density of population is shown with the help of the tints and the shades of the same color, that is pink color is used. Very dark pink color indicates the density of population is more than 400. What is the density of population? Shown by the dark pink color. More than 400 persons live per square kilometer area. And the faintest color at the bottom here, we can see that even less than maybe 100 persons per square kilometer live in the area. So here again we can see the places. And now see here, choropleth map. Another characteristic of choropleth map which we have already seen is that method of collecting data is measurement and surveying. Again, smallest and the largest values are considered, and they are divided into 5 to 7 classes, and they are assigned the tint and the shade of the same color. One more thing about choropleth map is that sometimes instead of tints or the shades of the same color, black and white patterns are also used in order to show the variable. So here on the next page, that is here you can see figure 1.1, figure 1.2b. Now actually here they have given isopleth map, but you will write there, cancel that and write it is choropleth map. Now it is a mistake, here you write choropleth map, because here in choropleth map they have shown the variable of density of population with the help of black and white patterns. Here again you can see the index, that is density of population. You see the darker pattern. No? More the density, darker is the pattern that is shown here, black and white pattern shown here. So darker the pattern, more the density of population. Now here again we have some questions here which are there to understand how to read choropleth maps. Name the talukas having population density between 301 and 400 persons per square kilometer. You can see here 301 to 400 in your textbook. You can see in the textbook. There you can see which are the places, which are the talukas in Amravati district which have density of population between 301 to 400. So which are the districts? You can easily see Dharni, yes, then Anjana, Anjangaon, Surji. These are the places where we have, these are the talukas where we have population 301 to 400. So first question's answer all I have got. Which are those talukas? We have to write those names in the textbook with pencil. I don't expect you to write these question answers in your CW books. In the textbook itself, you can write these answers with pencil. So Dharni and Anjangaon, Surji. Then another question is, what is the density of the Amravati Taluka? What is the density of the Amravati Taluka? You can see very dark shade of pink color is used, and the darkest shade indicates that it is more than 400. So the density of Amravati district, density of population of Amravati district is more than 400 per square kilometer. Then name the talukas having population density less than 300 persons per square kilometer. So which are the talukas which are having less than 300 persons per square kilometer? You can see so many these different places, talukas are shown here. Bhatukli, then Daryapur, Nandagaon, Chandur, here Morshi, Varad, Dhamangaon, Chandur Bazar, Chikaldara, all these places have less than 300, have the population density of population less than 300 persons per square kilometer. Okay, so you can easily read the map now and write those answers. Now we have isopleth map. Now what is isopleth map? Here, that is on the next page. You can see that in your textbook. The first thing of isopleth map is that the variable here is continuous, like rainfall, temperature. No? So it is not, variable is not freely scattered. No, here we can have more population, there less, here more. No, not freely scattered, but it is continuous, that depending on the geographical or the climatic conditions, there is a continuous difference. So temperature is more, and then slowly it becomes less, or rainfall is more in certain region. So it is continuous. So we cannot have separate sub administrative units, based on the data collected there. So certain places which are having, it is about rainfall, average annual rainfall is shown, no? So that, okay, we will see that map also. It is on the next page. Okay, yeah. So let us see that. I will hold the textbook here for you to see it clearly. Okay, I hope you all can see. So you can see 1300, 1300. Then you can see 1200, 1200. So you can see how these lines are drawn. What do these lines indicate? That the places which receive average annual rainfall of 1300 millimeter, which receive 1300 millimeter rainfall. Their average annual rainfall is 1300 millimeters. All these places which fall on this line, they receive same amount of rainfall. So that's why it is said in isoplate map, what is done, what is the important step that is taken is that locations with the same values are joined by a line. So they are called as iso lines. All these are iso lines. Okay, so this is very important to understand. And when you can see that these lines are very much close together, and you can see this line 800 and 800. So all the places receiving 800 millimeter average annual rainfall, they are joined together. And then you can see here lot of place in between, and you can see here another line now which are indicating that all 900 and 900, that means all the places which fall on this line, they are receiving 900 millimeter average annual rainfall. So there's some conclusion that is drawn with the help of this observation. So you can see when the lines are closer together, the change in the variable is very, very steep. There's sudden change from 1300 to directly 1200 to 1100. So there is very steep change. And when the lines are drawn far away from each other, the change in the variable is very gentle. So if you have such a tree diagram and if you read the map in this manner and practice with the help of map, it will be easier for you to remember. Then with the help of this map, we also get an idea of the natural trend of the distribution of a particular variable. Okay, so that is also given here on the tree diagram that we have drawn on the chart. So this is very important. Now again there are some questions which are asked and you have to answer them on the basis of this map. In which part of the district is the rainfall more? Which part of the district the rainfall is more? You can easily see the northern part, 1300 millimeter average annual rainfall. Northern part of Amravati district receives more rainfall. Second question is, in which direction is the rainfall decreasing? In which direction the rainfall is decreasing? You can see easily as we go towards southern part. This is north, this is south. So the rainfall goes on decreasing. What is the lowest value of the rainfall in the district? What is the lowest value? Here you can see highest value 1300. What is the lowest value? Yes. You will surely understand that when you will read the map carefully. That is 800. 800. Okay, is the lowest value of rainfall that the Amravati district is receiving. Okay, now these other maps you will study as a homework and you will try to give answers to these questions based on the map. That is, these are the maps of Kolhapur district, density of rural population, and Kolhapur district average annual rainfall. And then if it is possible for you, you read this activity given here, try this and try to complete this activity and send it to me. Okay, this activity on page number 5, that Nandurbar district's map is there on the next page. on the next page, Nandurbar district, you have your own textbooks, you can see. Okay, what you need to do is you have to take one tracing paper, like butter paper, and you have to place it on this map of Nandurbar district and draw the different demarcations that are given here in the with the broken lines. So you show only those demarcations, don't show these colors, but keep that tracing paper or that butter paper on this map. Okay, then this table is given here, different values, the population is given of Nandurbar district from different talukas. And what you need to do, you have to consider this physiography of Nandurbar district, river system of Nandurbar district, and accordingly put the dots. So use dot method to prepare the map of Nandurbar district rural population. Rural population means what are you going to use? You are going to use dots. If urban population, then what will you use? Circles. But here we are going to consider only rural population. So you can use dots to show the population of Nandurbar district. Okay, so try to do these activities. Then when you are going to do this activity, you see that those dots are uniform, that is same size. So for that they have given one idea here, that you use one refill, or you can think of any other idea also. The thing is that it should be of uniform size. So earlier last year or even previous to last year, some children had used same size these ticklies, bindis that are used by ladies. So black color or red color, same size, to give the value. Like, no, they have given only one value. You use only one value, that is 10,000. So only one value, 10,000, equal to that same size tickly you can use to place those ticklies according to the population that is given in the table. So for that you have to read it carefully. Read this activity given here carefully. If you have doubts, you can ask. If you have doubts regarding any points given here in this lesson, you can ask me anytime on my personal contact. Don't ask on the group. On my personal contact, you can ask me any doubt about this lesson. Then maybe the next video I will clear those doubts. Okay, so read the lesson, and here the last part they have given about field visit, which we have already done in 8th standard. That what is important in field visit, that we have to first decide the objective. What is our objective to plan a field visit? Then we need to carry some important materials, like we need a notebook, the measuring tape, camera, pencil, and things like that, along with us. Then how to observe, prepare a questionnaire and ask those questions based on that questionnaire. Then prepare a report. So all those points are given here. You can read these notes here, and again, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Don't worry about question answers here. We will discuss them separately. But you can go through them and just try to think about those answers, okay, which are asked there. So you can think about answers. You can write with pencil. Then I will give you all the correct answers. Okay. So once again, I am very much sad that I cannot see you face to face, and I can imagine children sitting on different places, on different desks, on different benches at different desks in the class, like in 8th standard. Like Anish and Anuj and Sahil. Some are playing mischief, some are talking to each other, and there's some sincere students also. So whatever, even in 8th and 8B, both the classes, I can still remember your faces, and thinking of your faces, imagining your faces, visualizing them, I am trying to put across all these points. So again, if there are any doubts, don't hesitate to ask me any questions on my personal contact. So stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of your parents. Thank you.